the Geek. It is August 18th, although you're hearing this on August 19th. Surprise, we record the day before. 2021. See, everyone waited to see if I was going to jump us into the future or into the past. I got it all right tonight. So we're gonna keep our format. Nothing's going to change here, but we are going to make some changes. So I want to roll this out for those of you that are listening in the new way. We used to have this show. It was free on everywhere, right? And then we made it a Patreon only show, which I really like. I think this is the way to go. But people don't know we're doing it. Every once in a while, I'll get somebody, they'll say, "Oh, are you still doing that show? I can't find it." Duh. So we are now going to do what was more of our traditional show first for like 20 minutes. I mean, we've been doing that anyway, right? We just kind of talk about some of the geek news from the week. That is going to go on our free feed. So those of you that are This Week in Geek fans, you're going to get your geek news the way you always got your geek news. But we're not going to take an hour to do it. We're just going to do 20 minutes, a half hour, just a bite-sized thing. And then we're going to do what we've been doing lately. And that, if you want it, you're going to have to join our Patreon. Look, man, it's $5 a month, or go to $7 a month and get all the content. But for $5 a month, you get all of This Week in Geek stuff. Plus you get original shows from our other shows in our network. There's been a lot of cool stuff. When you pay the $7, if you go to that level, you also get things where I do interviews with different people. We've got other new shows and experimental shows. It's crazy, the stuff going on there. $7 a month. I mean, I'm broke. I can afford it. So come on. So if you're a This Week in Geek fan, get all the This Week in Geek you can handle by joining the Southgate Media Group Patreon. Find it in the show notes. So, the other thing we do now, which is what the bulk of the show is we kind of have an assignment each week, and we watch whatever the newest stuff is that's streaming. And if there's nothing, we might go back and watch something. We might watch multiple things. This week, we've kind of got a mixed bag. This week, we're talking Suicide Squad, but we never talked Black Widow. So we got to talk a little bit of Black Widow. And Scott has to talk a little bit of Space Jam. I watched 7 minutes of it. I have grand opinions about the new Space Jam. And I watched 5 minutes of Agent Carter, or what if? So I'm sure we'll cover that too. But that's all on our Patreon feed. So if you want it, you got to go to Patreon to get it.
All right.
I've got one more announcement coming up. Actually, it's a two-parter announcement. Coming up this weekend. No, Monday, the 23rd, we are launching a Kickstarter for the Southgate Media Group Podcast Marathon 6. All right. That was actually 5 3/4. Missing a finger or part of a finger. But we're doing a Kickstarter for that. It's a really low amount. This is going to be more of an in-house thing. We're doing it all streaming. So we thought, it's not going to cost very much to put this together. So let's do a real low Kickstarter just so that we're not bleeding money whenever we try these things. If you want to support us, go to Kickstarter, look up Southgate Media Group, look in the show notes. I'll put links in there. Look up SMGPM6. That's the hashtag we're using. It launches on Monday, the 23rd. You can follow it so you can keep track of what's going on with it. We've got a couple of cool perks in there. I'm open to suggestions on other perks if anyone wants to add anything, whether it's a listener or whether it's one of you guys. I'm always looking for new things we can add. And we've got a couple of cool stretch goals too. But really, the bulk of it, it's a pretty low amount. So jump in there and support the show, support the network. And we are going to be on there. Scott will be in his smoking jacket. I will wear summer robe. And I have a feeling Lil may wear birthday suit. Yeah, maybe pants.
Maybe. I'll wear my pants this time.
Yeah, you don't want to soil that Spider-Man seat.
That's right.
Yeah. And the Chris Puppet, of course, will join us on our SMG PM6 because he is there for everything. And then SMG PM6 is happening October 2nd. It's going to be streaming. We believe it's going to stream live on Twitch and then also stream to Facebook and YouTube and wherever else we can put it. But the big thing is going to be on Twitch, so you can watch and interact with us there. So a lot of the shows are going to be pre-recorded. They all might be pre-recorded with me coming in the middle to talk about them. But while the shows are going on, people that are on the shows, people in the network will be live on Twitch chatting away with you. And if you're not chatting, we'll be chatting with each other because, boy, we've got a lot to say. So I'm done with all the plugs for now. So remember, SMGPM6, follow it on Kickstarter. Stay tuned for all the other announcements. We'll announce the full lineup and everything soon, too. So, boys, you ready to do a little geek news?
Let's rock.
Is there any geek news?
Sure.
I mean, just a bunch of delays. I mean,
yeah, like Captain America 4, we already had an announcement of that, but they closed the deal for it. We knew that was going to happen, right?
I don't consider that news because that Anthony Mackie wasn't going to turn the money down, and they weren't setting him up in a series not to have his own movie.
Right. I didn't consider that news either, but that was the big geek news. There's a lot of whispering about Aquaman 2.
It's filming.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff going on talking about it, and they're trying to like build a little bit of hype around it. The funny thing is, I thought the movie was okay. I didn't hate it. It was second to Wonder Woman in that DC EU at the time.
Shazam's better.
No, Shazam wasn't out yet when Aquaman came out. Aquaman came out. No, Aquaman came out after Wonder Woman.
Not right after. Wonder Woman came out.
Shazam is the high water mark. I really like the first Wonder Woman, but there are parts that are kind of flawed, and then the second one is so bad it just crapped it out. Right? Aquaman was all right. There were parts that were pretty good. It was actually surprisingly good in areas, but Shazam is really the best one so far. Spoilers about what we're going to talk about in a bit. So yeah, James Wan is directing. He said it's inspired by Planet of the Vampires. So it's going to be very horror this time.
I guess right. You are right. Aquaman was 18. Shazam came out that following spring in 19.
Yeah.
I don't know timing anymore. COVID time. My brain doesn't work. I don't even know what day of the week it is half the time.
Oh, well, now you understand where I've been at the entire time we've done this show.
Yeah, but
I get the dates wrong.
There's an excuse for normal people. Like, our days have changed. You just never know what day it was.
When you're in school, it throws everything off. I couldn't read a book for like 3 years. Unlike you, Alil, who can't read a book for, 40 some years? What is it?
40 some years.
Oh, man. No.
What are you, 47? 40,
no.
45?
I'm the 47.
42.
I'm the 47.
You're 47. You're 42. You're the answer to the life, the universe, and everything, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm the Star Trek number.
Yeah. No, 42 is the answer to. Never mind.
Right.
Man, you kids.
I still don't even know what you're talking about.
So,
oh my God.
Also, Nerf is releasing an Aliens Pulse Blaster.
I saw that. It looks so cool.
It's cool. I mean, if you're into the Nerf thing, that would be the one to get.
Yeah.
Kind of like those Nerf Star Wars ones were cool. I didn't buy them either.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's cool they're celebrating it, but I don't know. Like all that stuff. I don't need a Nerf gun. What am I going to do with it?
Shoot your kids.
They've got more Nerf guns.
I bought a for Molly. I bought her a Nerf. We were at a resale shop and they had a Nerf, but like bow and arrow, but it shoots bullets. It shoots Nerf bullets. Man, I shot her so much with that. It was awesome. Awesome. You're like, let's go out for a Nerf fight. She has a thing. Pew! Oh, I got to go get my Nerf bullet. I'm like, oh yeah, bing, 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 bing. I'm thinking about getting a Nerf Gatling gun just to take her out. No, we're not a big Nerf family. We like it. We played it like 3 times. You buy all that crap and then you play it like 3 times.
And then you lose the bullets. It's my kid, my son. He's got all these guns and he's got no bullets. I don't know where they went.
Yeah, my kid's got a bunch of the guns, and he used to get together with his friends in the yards, and they would just lay into each other. Yeah.
Check his stool a little. It could be.
Hey,
Just saying. Yeah, we were never like big Nerf. We had fun with it, but it wasn't like the thing. But yeah, I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the first look of Wheel of Time? Do I hear crickets?
Yeah.
There's a first look. I'm excited for it. I think
what's Wheel of Time?
It's a fantasy series. You're not going to be into it, Will.
It's a book series.
Some fantasy stuff, but
well, this would be one that you might, if it's good. This might be like, it might be more satisfying than a Game of Thrones. I think.
Does it have an end? Does the book series have an ending already?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he died. I can't think.
That's the guy. And
his son wrote the last couple with, I believe, with Bryan Sanderson, who is a hell of a writer. I mean, if you're going to get somebody to ghostwrite the end of your series, that's the guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Any other geek news you guys saw? I mean, it's really just rehash, a lot of rehash.
A couple of animation things I want to bring attention to. I put them on the webpage, but I got to speak about them. The first is Adventure Time is getting another spin-off show, a 10-episode one of Fiona and Cake.
Interesting. So is that show even on anymore?
No, it had an ending. It did complete, but the HBO has done a couple of specials, and they're doing another one here. Fiona and Cake are fictional characters within the Adventure Time universe. And so I think they're doing like a multiverse thing to show more of their adventures. They're the gender swap versions of Fiona and Jake.
I've seen these characters. Yeah. They're a lot of fun. So they're getting their own spinoff show. And the really big other animation news is Star Wars Visions. The Star Wars people, Disney and Lucasfilm, went out to a lot of the anime directors and producers, and they've created like a dozen or so Star Wars shorts. Yeah.
And they're just all kinds of, I think the thing is they didn't have to adhere to canon. They said, explore Star Wars. Tell us, what Star Wars can be. And there's just some incredible artwork and concepts in these things. I've got the link on the page here to an article. There's a trailer, just some amazing footage.
Well, it's funny. What I saw, there's an article about it saying, Animatrix led the way for this.
Yes,
actually,
that was very cool.
But wasn't Gotham Knights before Animatrix?
What is it?
It wasn't a little.
What was
Animatrix? Was like 99, 2000.
Yeah, but do you remember Gotham Knights? I thought that was during the Nolan trilogy.
Oh, that was a little later. Yeah, that was during the Nolan trilogy, because that's where I have it on my DVD shelf. I have it with the Nolan trilogy because it was part of that. But yeah, so Animatrix was between the first and second Matrix movies.
Okay,
and those are some cool shorts.
Because I love those shorts, and I thought Gotham Knights was fantastic, and I thought, we're going to get more of this kind of stuff, and then it just kind of didn't happen. So when I saw this was happening, I wonder if this Star Wars thing, do you remember a couple of years ago when there was that Star Wars anime thing that somebody released? It was real short. It was like 30 seconds and it showed the TIE fighters and everything. Do you guys remember this?
Yeah, I do remember. I don't think it's directly connected, but I have to think
I wonder
that
if this inspired it.
I imagine so, that somebody at Lucasfilm saw the response to that and realized there was something there. And, and of course, Lucas took in a lot of inspiration from Kurosawa.
Right.
For Star Wars. Because, Hidden Fortress, if you watch Hidden Fortress, and then A New Hope, there's just so many parallels.
Right.
And which is really bizarre because I'm looking at the responses on Twitter, as always, Twitter's a hell site, but looking at the responses on Twitter to this, and people are like, what is this Japan-inspired Star Wars stuff? That's crazy. And I'm like, do you not know your history of Star Wars? Lucas borrowed from Kurosawa. Right. And, Kurosawa, and then a little Joseph Campbell. But it's Kurosawa. He wanted Toshihiro Mifune to play Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Which would have been fantastic, although I love Alec Guinness.
Alec Guinness is amazing.
And he was great in it. But, yeah, Mifune should have been in Star Wars. He would have been, especially if you saw him as a Jedi Master.
Yeah.
Him with a lightsaber. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that fight with Vader wouldn't have been so stick figures.
Well, part of that was the tech at the time was that they were using lightsabers that were actual glass rods. And then they were, and they glowed and then they'd rotoscope over it. So they couldn't hit too hard or they would actually break. It wasn't until Empire that they got the material, but it was more flexible and they could really just beat the crap out of each other.
They were like Alec Guinness wasn't like action guy. Like you watch him in that movie, he kind of like shuffles through things. So there was no way we're going to get a good action fight out of him. Whereas Mifune would have been even old. It would have been a decisive fight. You know what I mean? And Vader beating him would have been like, oh my God. It would have shown how sweet ass Vader was as a sword fighter.
That reminds me, real quick, there's a thing on YouTube. It's called SC-38 Reimagined. So that scene, the fight between Obi-Wan and Vader in A New Hope, is scene 38.
I've seen this.
Yeah, SC-38 Reimagined. They had some guys do costumes. They recreated the sets. They recreated the costumes. And they do this thing where they edit in the footage and they have Obi-Wan and Vader fighting. They're a little older and slowed down, but it's still more of a Jedi versus Sith fight.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It kind of cut in, and it's a very cool little short film.
Yeah. Other news. Did you guys see? Not to shift it too hard here, but I want to make sure we get in whatever we can before we start talking about these movies. The Witcher: Nightmare of the Wolf. Have you guys? There's already reviews of it out there. I didn't know that was released.
No, we haven't watched that one yet. We do want to get around to that one.
That's an animated Witcher. Did you either of you guys watch The Witcher?
No.
Nope. Never played the games. Nothing.
Oh, Witcher 3. Oh, it's amazing. Wonderful game. Although I can't stop with Red Dead Redemption right now. Yeah, I know.
Keep playing Super Mario Brothers and I'll be
my
okay.
God.
Hey, so
my God.
I've gotten out my NES Classic and I've been doing runs of the original Super Mario Brothers straight through. Because when I beat it as a kid, I used all the secret jumps. Yeah. But this time I'm forcing myself to learn to run it straight through. It is hard because I am old and my fingers are probably getting arthritis. But yeah.
Yeah, look at that. That bad boy right there. Yeah.
Jesus.
Look at that.
Put that away.
Oh, God. It's horrible. Yeah, you guys wait. Just wait.
I'm not. Yeah. I don't have to wait. I'm beautiful. That'll never end.
Anything else? Because I got one last little thing.
No, go ahead with yours.
Well, I mean, you guys are old. Have you seen the reboot of the Munsters? I mean, I know you guys will like that. You probably grew up watching it, right?
Stop.
I never cared for the Munsters.
But it wasn't on. It was on.
You watched it live. Don't even.
No, right. Yeah. No.
Week to week.
But I was a Munsters fan. I did like the Munsters. I liked Addams Family more than Munsters.
Yeah.
But I like the Munsters. What do you guys?
Munsters never clicked with me.
They've been showing some of the costumes or the effects, right?
Yeah. Rob Zombie's doing the Munsters. So.
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, his track record is not great.
No, I mean, the only movie that he's done that I've really liked is House of a Thousand Corpses. And outside of that, everything else I did not enjoy. And I've watched everything. I've watched them all.
I thought Devil's Rejects was going to be awesome. I loved the trailer. It had the vibe and everything. And then I watched it. And it was boring.
Yeah,
it just didn't do anything.
Wow.
It's like he doesn't know how to create a story. He just knows how to show a bunch of goo on screen. I don't know. Him doing the Munsters. Do you think Rob Zombie's a funny guy?
That's the thing. I don't think he's got comedy chops, but we'll see. I don't know. A lot of people were worried that Joe and Anthony Russo couldn't do action, and they killed it with Captain America, Winter Soldier, and the Avengers movies.
That's different. I mean, they were just doing some TV comedy stuff. There's a big difference. Rob Zombie has been, making movies, and there's been no glimmer of anything that looks like it could turn into a Munsters movie. Unless he's going to go, I could see him.
Unless he goes dark.
I could see him doing that.
Realistic.
Thinking he's being real clever with that. It's like, that's actually not the point.
Yeah.
And then it'll make Sherry Moon be Marilyn. And you'd be like, Really?
He sticks her in every movie, man. It's just so terrible.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't that his wife?
Yeah.
It is his wife, yeah.
I'm surprised she's not Lily.
Yeah.
But even like the pictures where it showed like Herman's forehead and it showed Grandpa's wig, and I was like, you're just making him look like the old show. I mean, it doesn't look like anything other than the old show.
Which I'm okay with, if that's what they want to do. And
yeah, but like Grandpa's hair was like that because Al Lewis, that was his hair, and they just greased it back to make the vampire look. Now they're making this wig look like Al Lewis's hair, and it's like, I don't know, man. If you're going to reimagine it, if you're going to make a new one, it's kind of like when they remade The Honeymooners. Didn't work. But they said, you know what? Everybody's black in this one. We're going to make a comedy. We're going to update the humor a little bit, and the whole cast is black. It did separate it. If this isn't separated, it better be either real accurate and really funny or very different. And I have a feeling what we're going to get is something that looks like the old show with Rob Zombie sensibilities. It's going to be like, but I might be predicting too early. I've done it before.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, that's Lily that gets it wrong. I'm always right.
Sherry Moon will take on the role of Lily Munster.
No.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Jeff Daniel Phillips will play Herman, Sherry Moon as Lily Munster, and they don't have the rest.
You know what? Why don't you get you know who should have been Lily? I'm going to recast it right now, and I'm going to win this movie. Cassandra Peterson should have been Lily.
Elvira?
Yes.
Oh, that would have been fun.
That's how you make a fun Munsters movie. She's not playing Elvira. Because she's actually a good actress. She would play Lily. She would bring something new to the role, but it would have all that oomph behind it from who she is. And that would work. Sherry Moon, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
No, I don't have to watch it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm going to watch it. Not wanting to, but a lot of these remakes, I mean, like, think about it. And this is, okay, so they've attached Rob Zombie to it, but they redid a lot of these shows, and I challenge you to name one of the movies that was really good. Like I mentioned The Honeymooners, that might have been the best of them, and that wasn't good. Car 54, Where Are You? Terrible. Dragnet was good.
Starsky and Hutch.
That was good.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that one was good. Dukes of Hazzard, not good.
No.
No, not good. And I wanted it to be good because I like Johnny Knoxville. I was like, this is going to be fun. And then it was just stupid. I mean, like, not even.
You like Johnny Knoxville?
I liked him in movies. I found him to be entertaining. Yeah. He doesn't sell a ticket to me. But if he's in something, like I liked him in, well, obviously the Jackass stuff is what everyone knows him from. But he was in, what was that movie?
Men in Black 2?
No. He's in one that is not a good movie, but I liked him in it. It was one of the Farrelly Brothers movies. I can't remember. It's not Stuck on You, which nobody likes, and I liked Stuck on You. I thought Stuck on You was not bad. But once again, not good enough that I ever bought it or watched it a second time. So I have a feeling Munsters is going to fall into that same trap of not pulling its weight. But I could be wrong.
I mean,
Coneheads was funny.
Coneheads is not a remake of a TV show.
No, Coneheads is.
Oh, that's right, because it was the same.
It's a skit. I mean, that's like saying Wayne's World. Wayne's World was good too.
Yeah,
Wayne's World was good, but again, it's the same actors.
Here's your winner. Was a remake of a TV show. Is the original Addams Family movie.
Oh God, yes,
fantastic.
You're right.
And the second, the first two that they did.
The second is okay. The second one kind of bothers me a bit.
Okay, so that actually brings up a good point because they're
remaking more Addams Family.
Well, and it wasn't necessarily a remake of the TV show. It was a it was another production of the Addams Family. The Addams Family was a comic strip.
Right.
And they didn't actually play it like the TV show.
Yeah, that's right.
They used those characters and they created something different, and it did work really well. I mean, Raul Julia is so good in that, and Uncle Fester.
Oh my God.
I mean, those are great movies.
Yes.
I just thought of, and the second one's not as good as the first, but it has that it's still good, but it has that amazing scene with Wednesday
at the camp.
She and Pugsley like burn the camp down and they tie the kids up on the spit. Oh my God, that was
they go after all the adults. That's an amazing. Yeah, it's worth watching for that.
Yeah, that's a great scene. Yeah, you guys know they're doing a Wednesday. We haven't talked about this. We haven't been on the show.
Oh yeah, a Wednesday live action series. Yeah, where she is a paranormal investigator.
Who's playing Wednesday? Do we know?
It's out there.
Sherry Moon.
I don't know the name, and I don't know if I recognize
Sherry
her.
Moon Vest.
New Wednesday Addams. Who is the new Wednesday Addams? Who's the new Wednesday Addams? Jenny Ortega.
I don't know who that is. They could have gotten Christina Ricci, though. And she's a good actress, and she was great as Wednesday. It would be funny to see her as an adult play, being Wednesday as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
She would have totally worked with that, I think.
So Luis Guzman is Gomez and Catherine Zeta-Jones as Morticia.
I'm so in.
That sounds interesting, And the first description I saw of it is like there's some monster killing people, and Wednesday has to solve the mystery. And the former I was on is like, why would Wednesday want to stop a monster from killing? And I'm like, well, because it's not hers. She's not doing it. It's taking her glory. That's why.
Right. Luis Guzman.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great casting. Once again, not trying to do the original show at all.
That's what I think more people need to do when they do these remakes and new things is like, don't just slavishly redo the old thing. Look at what was going on in there that could also be explored. In a movie or TV show, we see them a few hours a week or whatever. What else did they do? That kind of stuff.
Either that or okay, and this was bad, but Fantasy Island, when they did the horror version, that is not a bad idea. They just executed it like garbage. There was no script. It wasn't scary. And now they're rebooting the TV show, and that looks terrible. And that's not going to the horror thing. That's going back to the original concept. It's like, why? What? Who cares? If you're going to do a horror one and really do this idea of they go to this island and they think they're going for a fantasy, and then it turns into this nightmare because what you think you're getting, it's like getting a wish from a genie, and it goes south. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, like the monkey's paw kind of thing.
Right. That would have been awesome.
Another good TV show that I think is a very underrated movie, because I've just watched it recently, and I was actually surprised that they didn't build off on this, was The A-Team.
You know what?
I thought when Liam Neeson and Bradley
Cooper. I'm eating my words here, because that was a
pretty
good.
Pretty good.
I didn't see that one. I love the show as a kid, which is
the movie's way better.
The movie's really good, and they actually have some really good twists, and
the actors are great.
Very impressed. Yeah,
the actors are great. It has that great scene when they drop the tank out of the plane, and the turret is spinning, and they're trying to fire the tank as it's falling out of the plane.
Yeah, they're steering they're flying a tank because they're using the turret and shooting shooting the missiles out of the tank to actually have it
to make it
back
propel.
and jump up and propel.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
It's really cool. You're right, Alil. That was a good movie. Are you still looking for more TV?
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of more.
Bewitched, garbage.
I never watched.
Oh.
It was garbage.
It was with Will Ferrell, right?
Yeah. I thought it was going to be funny because he's funny, and I like Nicole Kidman. I'm like, oh, this will be good. Not good. Really bad. Really bad. Yeah, Spider-Man, because when they remade that 70s TV show, they just didn't get the right flavor. Oh, sorry, Alel. There's been nothing wrong with Spider-Man.
No, nothing will ever be wrong with Spider-Man. You know what? 21 Jump Street wasn't terrible either, the first one.
The first one, but it had that really bad ending. The joke, do you remember the joke at the end when it had the guy, I can't think of his name, the guy who was the bad
When Johnny Depp showed up?
No, I like the Johnny Depp cameo in 21 Jump Street.
Then the second one had Richard Grieco cameo? I can't remember.
I don't remember, but in the end of the first one, it had that comedian, that guy, he's kind of big. I can't think what he's in. He's got dark hair. He was in
Rogen?
Step Brothers. No, he was in Step Brothers. I don't mean fat. I mean
John C. Reilly?
Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly.
No, he was one of the guys. You would totally recognize this guy. He was one of the guys. Remember in Step Brothers, you had the guy from Parks and Rec, right?
Oh, the guy who was talking about punching him in the face.
Yes, that guy. The end of 21 Jump Street, he has a scene that is obviously improvised, and it is bad.
Oh,
it is
goodness.
Bad. And it ruined the movie. Like, I was laughing through it. And then 22 Jump Street was okay. That was kind of it was okay. Some of it was funny. Some of it was just like, why are we here again? But once again, that's another good point that you brought up. They diverted from the original thing. Now, that was kind of a trend. Hey, we'll make a comedy out of it. But this one, they went for a different type of comedy, and it worked. Dukes of Hazzard didn't work because they were trying to do the same thing and update it, and it was stupid. You know? Thank God that'll never be remade because nobody is writing the General Lee in our future.
No.
I think those days are over.
yeah. You know, I that bothers me because I loved it. I loved that show as a kid because I loved the Robin Hood aspect of it. You know, they were fighting against the corrupt system. She was cute. Yeah, but you know that car, and you know they were fighting for justice against the corrupt Boss Hogg, and you know that's a great thing to look at. But you know, looking at it now with that feel of them being rebels because they're like with the Confederate flag, and it's like, are you guys really on the right side there?
Right.
I mean,
that's I don't know if I've told the story on here before. I know I've told it on other things, but when I was in grade school, that show was a hit when I was like 5th grade, right? When I was in grade school, we had an art teacher, Mrs. Huff, right?
You were in your 20s in 5th grade?
Yes. And I probably shouldn't say her name, but who cares? Yeah, there's no way. She's probably dead by now. But we also had this history teacher, Mr. Pieper. Love that name, right? And Mr. Pieper was, at least to my 5th grade brain, he was much cooler. He was funny. He presented history in this fun kind of way. And the one day he brought Mrs. Huff in because we were talking about the Civil War. And he brought her in to say, hey, you're from the South. What did you think of the Civil War? Total setup. And she's like, we didn't lose. And he goes,
oh God.
He goes, really? You know, the history books say, and she's going, nope, South will rise again. We did not lose. And she was not playing. And she was like, one day we will overtake and blah, 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 blah. And, and she's like, you guys look like the Dukes of Hazzard. You know why you like that? Because you know it's right. And we're like, whoa. She leaves the room and he goes, all right, so they did lose. He's like, that's how distorted history is. And I'll never forget that because, man, she came in like, oh, hi, Mr. Peter. Oh, what did you want us in for? Grade school. And then he says this, and she's like, we didn't lose. This isn't funny anymore. Like,
oh, geez. Wow.
It's like, great. Fabo. So.
Well, thanks for bringing the show down. With
Idris Elba.
Now you're bringing the show down. No.
Idris Elba. Idris Elba is Knuckles the Echidna.
Okay,
in Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
you're excited. I still haven't watched Sonic. Lil, did you watch it?
It's so good.
I like Sonic a lot. I thought it was really, really fun.
It was very fun.
I love Idris Elba. I can't get enough of it. I mean, every time I see him, I really like this guy. I thought when I read that he was going to be Knuckles, I thought I'm like, okay, he's going to be doing the voice work and he'll be good. I know you loved it, Scott. I didn't know if you liked it a little. But I figured, I'm going to give it a shot. But then online, I was seeing a lot of backlash. Why was there backlash?
About Idris Elba? In the cartoons, Knuckles is presented as, he's characterized as a bit of a himbo, which is a male bimbo.
Okay.
He's
really?
And it's the whole shtick. He's like, he's aware of things like, he kind of like.
Is this from the game or is this on like the TV show or something?
From the cartoon, from the animated series.
The cartoon where Sonic likes to eat chili dogs.
Well, one of the more recent ones, like Sonic Boom. He's presented more of a himbo type, but with flashes of brilliance. Like, there's a scene where they're like playing volleyball, and one of the female characters is like, I'm gonna do a really great thing, and I'm gonna do this really great play for women everywhere. And Knuckles does this thing, like, by calling attention to the glass ceiling, you're really making it more of a thing that you're not really interested in women's equality. You're just making, that you just want to bring attention to yourself. And then he would go back to being this total airhead, big guy, with the
Knuckles.
With the Knuckles, a real himbo type. So, and because he's Australian and he's got a different accent.
Stop saying himbo. Okay.
So it wasn't a backlash. It was more of a like, really kind of thing, because everybody loves Idris Elba. It's just like they never expected to see that type of voice for Knuckles the Echidna.
I'm impressed that you know Knuckles' last name.
Well, he's an echidna. That's what he is, like Sonic the Hedgehog, Knuckles the Echidna.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I just thought he was another hedgehog.
No, well, it's a similar family, but type of a different.
I just thought it was one was red, one was blue, one had Knuckles.
No, they're slightly different.
Okay,
get with the program, Rob.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Don't you know the Sonic lore?
No, I'm sure Scott could go on for hours.
Not to bring the show down again, but one of the things that came up when I was reading about Knuckles is like in the comic lore, he had an abusive father who died of cancer, and Knuckles has this tortured memory of his father.
Was he a person and he turned into Knuckles the Echidna? So this is in the Echidna world. There's an abusive father
who died of cancer, and Knuckles has this tortured memory of his father. Is like, oh, he died horribly, but he was really abusive to me. That kind of thing too. So, I mean, the lore on the Sonic stuff is bonkers. It is really in depth.
Wow.
I did not know all this. I played Sonic. I just played it.
Yeah, me too. Got some rings and knocked a few, animals on the head. I liked Sonic Spinball. I thought that was fun. I could never get very far in it, but I did like that game a lot.
Yeah.
And Sonic 3D or whatever, that was fun. I just, there's a point when I wasn't really playing, started playing other stuff, but Sonic's good. I want to see the movie. It looks good. I mean, from what you said.
It really is. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I wish they'd put out the other version, though, with the really weird-looking Sonic.
No, why?
Oh, because that trailer was creepy and weird, and I'm like, I don't care. This is going to be like a classic awful movie. It's going to be like, it's terrifying and bizarre.
It wouldn't have worked. The movie wouldn't have worked if Sonic didn't look cute. Sonic looked weird.
That's why I wanted to see that.
No, I'm glad they changed it.
Yeah, he had to look cute because of how he gets in.
That's the last movie I saw in the theater.
Me too.
Was it?
Yeah.
Would you like to take a guess what the last movie is I saw in a theater?
Spider-Man Homecoming, where you fell asleep.
Black Widow. I went and saw it in the theater. Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I did it. Put on my mask, went and saw it. And I'll see another one next year.
Yeah.
You're not going to see Shang-Chi then?
I really want to see it, but with the Delta variant going crazy, I don't think I can bring my ass into a theater.
No,
I'm really, really wanting to see that one, though. You know what we could do is we could pitch in and we could rent a theater.
Mm-hmm.
We could do that.
Yeah, buy out all the tickets and just have a handful of us.
It's only like $100 or something to rent the theater for an afternoon showing, something stupid like that.
That could be interesting. Yeah.
Let's kickstart it. Or a little get out the credit card.
I mean, I was already thinking of doing that for Shang-Chi myself.
Or
So, contemplating, we were trying to figure out what's the best way to approach this.
Well, we should find out how much it is to rent a theater. Maybe we could do something and just have a very, very small group.
Maybe.
I mean, who says I want you near me with the Delta variant?
I am clean, mister. I also have gone and gotten tested. We went to this testing facility. I swear to God, it was like this our friend recommended. They're like, oh, there's a free testing thing over here. We went over to it. It was like, you remember those memes of the like cabin with free hugs and like Pennywise looking out? That's what this place looked like.
Oh, geez.
But
because it had a little outdoor little room that you go into.
But we went just a couple weeks ago. Got tested just to be sure.
Yeah.
But we're super safe. We are ultra safe around here. So, Scott's giving us the internet COVID. I heard that cough.
It is allergies. They're getting bad because this time of year.
That's what they always say.
Yeah. You used to be embarrassed.
I have had my shots.
When you cough.
I have had my shots, and I will get a booster.
All right. That's official from Scott. Is there any other news, or can we move on to our Patreon only section?
Sure. We can move on.
All right. We are going to move on to Patreon only. So those of you that are listening for free, bye. We're now going to talk Suicide Squad and
Space Jam
What
1
If
and 2.
and Space Jam. Yeah. All right.
Well, I mean, I'm not talking about Space
Did you guys watch Space Jam?
No.
Okay. I'm going to have opinions about it, but I'll tell you, the other night I sat down to watch it. I got about 7 minutes.